You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your hosts, Chels, Dre, and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Greetings and salutations, people. Unapologetic podcast, Chels, Dre, and Reg, back for another episode.
Daniel.
What's good with you, people? How art thou's?
Same shit. Busy. Busy. Stressed, busy.
It's that time of the year. I'm still trying to plan the holidays. I don't know what I got going on.
Holidays is canceled. COVID's here.
I don't know what we almost at Thanksgiving and I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to be here or there or wherever. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Think about just doing something with the kids here, being the old man in the house for a minute for the first time.
I'm trying to figure it out too, man. Find out it's official tissue. I'm going on a little business trip for 6 months. So trying to tie up loose ends around the house on that and make sure the fam bam is good and my kids and shit. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving. Mama Dre want me to come up there, so I got to make that happen. Gather up the kiddos and head up there before I head out the country for a little while. I'm excited, but it's bittersweet because you're away from your family, away from what you know. Besides that,
especially this time of the year.
Yeah, I'm gonna be alone for gribble.
Yeah. So what's crazy is I think every time I left and went overseas, it was around the holiday season. That's every time. At least the last 3 or 4 times. So yeah, that's a bad time. That sucks actually.
Yeah, it sucks, but at the same time, give me my money, man.
Yeah, you get the money. But I mean, it's still not as bad because the payoff, because you just the main thing that suck about it is because you just getting there, so you a new face and you still figuring things out. You move, you trying to maneuver in and out, find your lane. So, and for me as a single man, cuffing season is already over with by the time you get there. So everything already spoken for. So you flapping, but
I ain't looking for none of that. I'm going to better myself.
For me as a single man.
I know it. I'm gonna be in the good book and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Read.
Oh, that's how I start out. Yeah, in the good book. That's how I started out.
You know what I'm saying? Get my body straight so when I get back, man, next summer it's gonna be hell for somebody. That's it. That's all I got going on. Happy to be here. Happy that we can be on. I'm so happy about that. It warms my heart that we are on the pod.
Always, like I said, it's therapy.
Yeah.
Got some shit to fucking discuss.
So yesterday was what'd you do for yesterday, Dre? For Veterans Day?
You know what I did, man? I cleaned my house up. I took the greatest nap that I've ever taken. It feels like, probably not, but I didn't do too much, man. I didn't take advantage of the meals. You know what I mean? I wanted to clean my house, man, because I was living like a savage in this motherfucker. So I had to clean up, man. And by that time, get my son straight and all that. And by that time, I was like, man, I might well go home and lay down and get ready for Thursday. So, I really didn't enjoy the festivities of the free meals and all that stuff. It's all good. Don't know love lost.
I partaked in a free breakfast and a free dinner. That's about it. But one thing I did realize is that I'm not as patriotic as I guess I should be or whatever. I don't really like. I can see myself. I'm not gonna be the dude with the veteran bumper sticker, the veteran hat,
wearing a hat with the pins on it,
shirt, and all. I would that bullshit. Never. And even when I look at social media, everybody's posting their pictures, with them, but it ain't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I ain't got that patriotic spirit.
Man, when you hang the boots up, man, me and Chess gonna cook up something real nice. But I make sure I get a hell of a hat for you with about 1,000,000 motherfucking pins on it, dog.
I'm gonna hang that shit right up on the wall. It ain't gonna never hang on my head.
But shit, at some point you gonna listen. At some point, I'm gonna figure it out. We gonna bet something. It's gonna be some. You know, I'm a gambling man, so I'm gonna figure out some way somehow. If I win, you got to take pictures and we got to post them hoes of that weak ass hat.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, nah.
Yes, we just yay today. We just yay today.
Yeah, it's been all homework, everything for the past week, and that's gonna be my next couple of weeks.
I'm dreading them. I think that's what I'm going to get into.
I don't have, if it's not work, it's homework.
I'm dreading homework. Well, so we have an elect.
We do have a president-elect.
Yes. How do y'all feel about that?
Never been happier.
And actually, you know what? It seems like it's old news right now.
No, it's not.
No, it just seems like it because I mean, it's almost a week old, but we haven't talked about it. But I agree with you. I'm ecstatic. I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's relief for me. And I went out and celebrated. I was in DC all fucking day that day. Like I stopped doing homework to go down there.
I heard he got nutty out there too.
Wow, it was fun though. It was mad fun. It's so I was talking to friends and we were talking about President Obama being elected president and then Biden being elected president, and how obviously both of them are very jovial moments, but obviously President Obama being the first Black president is a wave. Like that is a very joyful moment. Obviously for African Americans, and we were very excited about that. But this hit different, not because we're just so excited for Biden to be president. Obviously, Kamala, we are very excited, first African American woman president, but it's more so like I really feel like the country felt like a weight was lifted off of his shoulder.
Coming out of what we've been in.
It's like, nigga, we are free.
Coming out of what we've been in the last 40
years. The wicked witch is dead.
Dog. And it's like, well, I can't even, the way it felt in DC that day, I have never felt anything like it. Like, nigga, when I tell you, the whole fucking city was happy. Everybody. There was hundreds of thousands of people down there. Horns honked all day. I was down there for like 5, 6, maybe a little bit longer than that. It was crazy. It was crazy. And just everybody, they were just so fucking relieved that Trump won.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think for me, man, I'm happy that we're getting ready to get a new commander in chief. I think the country deserves it. I think it's time to turn over a new leaf. I pray that things change for the better. Obviously, one man doesn't change, what's been happening in the country for 400 years or 500 years. And I ain't just, I say 400 when it comes down to us as Black people, but man, it's so much, for me, it's so much bigger than that. It's for, for minorities. You know what I mean? Like, give people their just due, man. We all human beings, bro. We are all human beings. And to have somebody in office that is openly against all things not white and that being okay.
Right.
Nah, man. So happy for VP Harris, happy for soon to be President-elect Biden. Happy for America, man. You know what I'm saying? Happy for fucking America. And I will say, when I'm talking about DC, man, I saw a clip, bro, of people outside of the White House singing that song, "You About to Lose Your Job."
You about to lose your job. It was fuck Donald Trump. It was you about to lose your job. Nigga, they had so many signs posted up. So again, they put all the barricades up. You couldn't even get to Lafayette Square. You can get kind of behind it where Black Lives Matter Plaza is, but they have all that shit with the gates up. So many signs on them gates like "Get the fuck out," "Loser," everything. It was. I've never been happier. Like that was a very. I mean, I have been happier, but that was a very happy moment to just be in there and to see that.
I saw some Native Americans out in New Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their dances and their rituals or whatever. Man, dude found out that Joe Biden was elected. Man, he won. Dude got out, bro. He was going crazy, going crazy. People are happy, man. People are happy, and I'm excited. I don't know. I really don't know what's in the store. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but the fact of the matter is that what we have will no longer be, and that's a start for the better.
Yeah.
Right. I was actually on my way out to eat. I think I had a friend drop by, stopped in from Atlanta, and I was about to go out the door, and the phone went off, and I think I caught the news. It was like probably 5-10 minutes after it actually happened. So I immediately stopped what I was doing. Like, hey, we not going nowhere. Turned the TV on. Yeah, I was close to jumping in the car and riding to Atlanta. Well, I just wanted to go be with the people in Atlanta, because I'm pretty sure you saw Atlanta too. Atlanta, they was out.
Yep. It was nutty everywhere, man.
Besides here and probably in Columbia too. I think Columbia they was out there at the State House.
And people just happy, dog.
But I mean, I'm with Chelsea. It was like just a lot of pressure. Like just felt like it was going, like weight off the shoulder. I mean, I don't know what to look forward to, but I know what was going on the last 4 years. So I'm happy to say I look forward to new change, to different. You know, could it be worse? We don't know, but I'd rather deal with the unknown than the known right now. And I don't know. I felt happy all day. I'm riding down the street. There's a little corner over here where well, it's closer to damn, I can't even remember the name of the road. But anyway, it's an old white dude always posts up on the corner, got his Trump memorabilia, his signs, everything. I'm riding by him, beep, 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 beeping the horn, waving at him. Biden Harris. Motherfucker throwing up the middle fingers at me. Dog, I don't care. Like I was like all day. Like I was the restaurant I went into, like it was a couple people in there didn't even know. They just started screaming. Like I guess when they found out, like people was in the restaurant dancing. I'm like, wow. Like the waitress come to me like, oh, they just found out. I'm like, I danced with them had I not known. But I don't know. I think I do love the moment, the energy. I'm kind of happy I can say that I served under the first black president, and I'm going out the door with the first black woman vice president. I would like it to be president, but I mean, you might be able to say that, but
hopefully, but if not, cool. If not, it's all right. It's progress, man. Progress, man. But let's be clear now. Now that we got what we wanted. Now we got us as a people. Now we got to make them work. We got to make it work.
Oh yeah, make them do what they promised. What they
got to
said.
make it work now. Hold on now. Don't just get up in there and kick your feet up, hot damn drink. Float drinks and shit. Mm-hmm. No, get to work now because there's a lot of work to be done.
But I mean, big thanks, big praise to Philly. Well, yeah, to Atlanta. I mean, the jobs that was done there was pivotal. Miss Stacy, good job. I mean, Detroit as well. Shit, Wisconsin. I mean, a lot of we
Arizona.
Yeah.
What? Have y'all been there? Have you been to Arizona before, Jeff?
I've been there. Well, yeah.
I know you've been to Arizona, Red.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Before we move on, is it Nevada or Nevada?
Chelsea, which one is it, Chelsea?
It's whatever the white person says it is on CNN. Whatever the white people on CNN says it is, that's what it is.
Is it Nevada or Nevada? What the fuck?
I say Nevada, but they all say Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nevada.
Well, I don't
Vegas,
say
Nevada.
I don't say none of that shit because I just say
Niggas
Vegas.
just be like Vegas. Y'all not worried about Reno. Y'all not worried about.
I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Reno.
Yeah, I ain't going to no other place but Vegas.
I'm going to Vegas. Oh, you going to Nevada? No, nigga, I'm going to Vegas. I don't know what Nevada at.
Yeah, no, cause I'm cool on Nevada.
And I think we kind of touched on this early once upon a time ago. It's crazy how our outgoing is acting, but I mean that's another story for another day. It's crazy how they always want us to act professional and be this, be that, but we got the man in the highest seat. Can't even do that.
Listen, did y'all, man, on CNN the other day, I think it was CNN, either CNN or Fox News. I didn't watch it live, but I saw a clip of it. Supposedly there was some man, they blacked him out. He was anonymous, right? Did you see it, Chelsea? You know what I'm talking about? So he's anonymous and he's talking about how, you know, some old fraudulent shit went on in Nevada, right?
No,
Chelsea, what you think? Listen, they tried to, you know, deepen the guy's voice. It sounds like DT to me.
Nigga, that was Trump. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. So it could be if you put up a silhouette of, you know, a black silhouette and disguise somebody's voice, anybody could be back there saying that, whether it's truth or not.
But
like, there's no fact. Arizona, they just put out, if I'm not mistaken, not Arizona, Nevada, or whatever the hell that state is called. They just put out something, I want to say a couple hours ago. I was watching CNN. There was like no voter fraud has been found. You niggas
right, absolutely. And that's what the third state so far that they've said that about.
Yeah,
they're racking up. They're racking up because Michigan,
Georgia's going to a recount because
Michigan, they said 50 dead people voted, and it comes to find out those numbers out of the 50, 37 of them were still alive. What, they didn't vote? 20 of them, or whatever the rest percentage was, were in the military, voted from wherever they were remote. Yeah, like, oh man, it's a witch hunt. I'll be glad when it's over, but I don't know. I just find it crazy.
Trump is. I mean, he's showing us for his works. Nothing about what he's doing is surprising.
And just on another note, real quick, one of the main reasons, just far as in being in the military and having to serve under, you know, as that being your commander in chief, it changed a lot. These last 4 years within the military, it changed a lot versus how certain individuals acted and whatever else. And it's not too much different than probably what was going on outside, but you know, in the military, it's operated a whole whatever. Anyway, on the heels of that, we have Miss Eva Longoria and her statements. I think she caught a lot of heat because the statements that she made, basically she said Latinas were the real heroines of this election, and a lot of African American women, Black women, feel like she diminished or was diminishing what they did. Even Black Latinas, Latina X, what is it? What's that phrase?
Latinx.
Afro-Latinas.
And Afro-Latinas, I mean, it's a whole bunch.
Hold on, Rich. What is called? What you say, Chelsea?
So it's Afro-Latinas, and then Latinx. And then
Latinx.
Yeah. So
instead of Latino, instead of Hispanic, you
I know what it means.
Yeah.
I'm saying where the X come from? What is
all inclusive, baby? Encompasses.
Well, so So we'll touch on it. So I mean, the basic premises is, I guess, a lot of the women felt a certain way because mainly because she diminished what black people did, what black women did, but she made it seem like the Latinas were the ones that made everything happen. And I guess that's why a lot of people hate to use the women of color phrase, the people of color phrase, because
Right.
when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, and let's talk about white women for right now. When it's always women need to do this, women need to do that, it's always women need to get together, women need to do this. But let's say it's black women issues and black women are dealing with things and they need to handle things. They're kind of, they don't receive the same help. It's never women, you know what I'm saying? It's always, oh, those are black people issues. You got to handle that yourself. So, but when other women, or specifically white women, when they want to gather things together or get a group together or fight for women causes, it's always we got to stick together. And I'm pretty sure when it comes down to, I guess the diversity of the Latinas, whether it's the Afro Latinas or the Latina X's and Latinas, how do we talk to me, Chelsea, as far as in the diversity between that?
So when you exclude white women, when you say, so you said that when they want support for women, they want to be all inclusive, right?
Right,
And
absolutely.
Latino women are the same way. Like, let's not, when we talk people of color, and that's why I've said before, I'm talking about black women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say people of color.
Right. And that's why I would rather prefer to Kamala as a black woman, because that's what she identifies as. But on media, always want to say a woman of color.
Of course, because the media wants to be all inclusive, and she is a South, what is it? What is she? Indian.
Indian, yes.
Yeah, her mother's from India, which is all fine and well. So you need to encompass those other identities that she has. But she identifies as a black woman, so
Absolutely.
therefore she is a black woman. When it comes to what Eva Longoria said, very disrespectful. To make it seem as if though the results of this election were because of Latino women, when it is very clear. Right. You look at the numbers. If you look at the numbers, all you have to do is look at those motherfucking numbers, and you can clearly see who voted for who, right? Mm-hmm. And you 95, 90, 96% of black women voted for Trump. Not Trump, I'm sorry, Biden. Yeah. You look at the numbers. We can look at motherfucking I forgot. I don't have the specific numbers now, but the bulk of black women voted for Biden. If we're talking about,
I think it was 90%, maybe 90.3.
More than 90% of black.
I think it was like 90.3% of black women.
So, and if you talk about who helped flip states, Stacey Abrams, a black woman. Not saying she did it all by herself, but after her losing her governor seat, that position, she has worked her ass off for these 2 years to ensure that damn near 1 million people, more people were registered to vote in Georgia.
She went hard.
So for you to sit here and say Latino women are the reason is disrespectful to Stacey Abrams and all the work that she's done, and all the work that black women have done. And for you to try to steal our shine, bitch, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not when it looks good and it's in that, and that's the thing that's being talked about. Oh, now you want to ride the wave?
Right.
No, mommy, you have to, no, let's not do that. I'm not saying Latino women did not play a part in it. I'm certain they did. But let's not make it seem as if though this is the sole reason that the election results were the way that they were. And even her rebuttal was bullshit. Oh, I really meant that, Latino women voted more than Latino men. Yeah, that is the case, but that's not what you said. And words mean things.
Hell no, that's definitely not what you said.
Even close to what you said.
We can listen to and rewind and hear exactly what you said. And you never said anything about Latino men in there. Not at all. But I think for black women, that is the biggest problem. Like, it comes from every angle. It's always, and it comes from some of these sorry ass black men too. They're always trying to diminish what black women are doing. There's a lot of I saw this quote that this black man posted. He said, fuck, it was something to the sense of black men, we need to figure out what we're gonna tell our sons or in general when they come up, because we're giving all this praise to black women like they made this change happen by themselves or whatever else. But I'm like, we shouldn't even be raising our black sons, and black men should not even be feeling like praising a black woman is stealing shine from a black man or diminishing anything of a black man. Like
somebody said that.
Absolutely. I, damn, I wish I could. Let me find this quote. I will, because
No, what you said was
I'll
enough.
let y'all talk, but I don't, because I'm paraphrasing, but definitely. I don't. It's just that bothers me a lot because I have, mainly because I have black daughters, and I hate that because black women still to this day never get their praise the way they should. And when they do get their praise, it's always a Eva Longoria or somebody else that comes in and kind of try to steal the light. If I was to, there's plenty of times where I can post something on social media and say how beautiful black women are or how much I love them. There'll be a white woman or someone else will say, what about such and such women? What about them?
Bitch, I ain't talking about them.
We're
Shut
not
up.
talking about
Like,
you.
come on, like, but that's the world that I don't. I mean, it's
Well, while you look for that quote, I'll say this. First of all, Eva Longoria was flat out wrong. I mean, she had me when it came. If she would have said, "Hey, you know what? Big ups to Latinas for showing up and showing out," and left it at that. Okay, cool. But let's just be honest, man. Like, I'm sure that, to be quite frank about it, if you look into it, women, and I'm not, and I'm a man. Women as a whole showed up and showed out, to get this man up out of there.
right.
Well, 55% of white women voted for Trump this time. So
55% of white women.
Look at the numbers.
and that's more than last time. So fuck them.
What? Okay, so I'm with you. So maybe I'm a bit biased, but when it comes down to, even though my state, North Carolina, didn't flip, however, it was on the brink of flipping. And to be quite honest, by the numbers, they say a lot of it, obviously, the black community had a lot to do with it. But on the back end of that, a lot of it had to do with middle-aged white women as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's what caused the rift in how that thing was so close in a state like North Carolina, the old South. You know what I'm saying? So, and she didn't have to talk about that because, again, she was talking about Latinas. However, you're a woman, talk about, and I can't tell you what to talk about. You could have easily bigged up Latinas saying, "Hey, man, y'all showed up and y'all showed out. Much respect. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. We got them the fuck up out of here." And left it alone. Like, come on, man. Like, stop. Don't steal the show. Don't try to steal the show. Because, lady, what you're saying isn't facts.
And then the stuff that she was saying after that, like, oh, Latinos, we're the head of our households, we have businesses, as if black women don't have those things.
Take care of our
kids. As if though what you're doing is like a fucking anomaly and nobody else can do it.
But I'm not even done with her. But yeah, so listen, no, because I'm. But she was like, we take care of our kids during this COVID pandemic and blah 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 blah. Like, no, you're doing the same thing that
everybody is being forced to do.
Don't. But she would have been better off not just talking about Latinas, period, and saying who was the real heroines. No, you're not. But anyway, so, and I quote, "I think about how the media is describing black women, making them the end all be all of black progression. Imagine what that does to little black boys and how they view themselves in this world. There's something deeply nefarious going on with this narrative."
What it do to them? It do to them that goddamn the same thing that we teaching them as what we should teach them as black men. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, you're a strong black man.
Absolutely.
But guess what? I teach my kids no matter what. I teach my kids. Yes, you know, my son is 1, my daughter is 7, right? I teach my kids at the end of the day, yes, daddy's gonna take care of you. Daddy is Superman. Daddy's gonna do what it is that he needs to do. But understand, son, daughter, ain't nobody like mama.
Right. Well,
ain't nobody, ain't no love like mama, ain't no, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Blood, sweat, tears, death, whatever, it don't matter. But at the end of the day, it ain't no love like a mother's love. I know everybody can't say that. I'm talking about a mother, a real mother. There's no love like that. It's nothing like it. That's what I teach my kids. That's what I'm continuing to teach my kids, regardless of the situations that I'm put in or whatever. If I'm on bad terms, or if I ever become on bad terms with the mothers of my children, there's no love like mama's love. Right. It don't matter if black, red, blue, green, whatever. So whoever said that, fuck you, it's bullshit.
Exactly. So is it fair to say that there is an agenda to divide black men and black women? Y'all think?
Hell yeah. It's been that way.
Or people saying little things like this, or basically, I guess I don't, because at times it does seem like, there's a big emphasis on putting black men against black women, or black
go back. You can go back all the way to the Willie Lynch letter, dog. It's right there.
Yeah,
it's been that way. You know what I'm saying? It's been that way.
But so I would not feel like that. I would not tell my son. I would raise him to feel different. Like I said, I don't think that any man should look at a black woman getting praise or receiving praise as a knock.
They don't get enough credit.
Anything from you.
I don't get enough credit.
Right. Absolutely.
Hey, look, my mama's Superman, dog. I tell anybody, my mama a motherfucking superhero. Mama Dre, you are a motherfucking superhero.
So back to Eva Longoria real quick, and then we can move on. I think this is why we should stop inviting everybody to the barbecue. So in that, Kerry Washington came to her defense and said, "You got it wrong. Eva Longoria is like my sister. I've known her for years. What she y'all took what she said out of context. She did not mean it this way." And basically she reposted what the apology that Eva Longoria gave.
So of course,
and other Hollywood stars and actors and entertainers or whoever else kind of piggybacked on that a little bit. To, oh, we know her. She's been on the front line fighting. Blah 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 blah.
Who you about to say, Chill?
Of course, she's gonna cape for her. That's her friend.
Yeah, that's her partner. Like, you give me your partner all you want.
But that's why we got to stop inviting everybody to the cookout. Man.
Who the fuck ever invited Eva Longoria to the cookout?
Absolutely. But where's she been, and who has she been on the front line with?
Tony Parker.
So, of course, Carrie's gonna cape for her because Carrie's like, oh, I know her. She whatever. And that very well may be true. We don't know Eva Longoria. We only know what Eva Longoria said. I don't know her I don't know her care. I don't know nothing about her. I just know what she said in that interview.
Mm-hmm. But you do know what came out her mouth.
That's all I know, and that's all I'm going based off of. So all that character shit is
dead.
Absolutely.
I don't. That means something to me when this is what she said. I saw her say it. And then she had to double back and, apologize and correct her words. But sis, you said what you said the first time because you meant it.
Mm-hmm. You meant it.
Because you're getting the backlash, which is all cool and well, but don't miss me with all that. Like,
usually the first thing that comes out your mouth is probably what you meant. And if black women or black people or whoever else, anybody that was offended by what she said had not said nothing, there wouldn't be an apology.
Right. You only sorry because you got caught.
You would have felt right about it.
You got called out.
You would have felt right about it.
Because she was very passionate. Latinas are the heroines of this and blah, blah, blah. Man, get the fuck out of here.
What does Eva Longoria even do?
You said what she do? Is that what you said, Reg? What did she do? I ain't seen Eva Longoria on TV since Desperate Housewives. Whatever, about 05, 06. Come on, man. It's over with. Bitch, sit down somewhere.
This is the most.
She's on the front lines, man. You got to give it to her.
Okay. Anyway,
so
moving on.
Dre, I need you to talk to us. Well, and I guess I'll emphasize this week because two rappers got killed this week. But throughout the last year and even last year, the year before, we've had, as plenty of rappers that's went down. Nipsey, Triple X, this week King Von, MO3. It's so many. And I just think back to when we were coming up, when we were listening to Jay-Z, DMX, Nas, Dipset, G-Unit, whoever else. There were violence here and there, but I don't know. It just seems like it's a whole different atmosphere and landscape right now, as far as in what we're talking about on record and what we're actually doing in life and living, and just the certain image that we're holding. And I think that plays a whole lot into our culture and what's going on now. And for me, and I can speak for Chelsea as well, we're not really, and you might not even be really that big into a lot of the newer artists these days, the NBA Young Boys or Lil Durk, King Von, even what's my man from Brooklyn that got killed earlier this year? Pop Smoke. Even Mo, because I didn't know who he was. I saw him trending because he signed to Boosie.
Yeah.
And that's why he was trending. So I look at the topic and, I'm like, damn, that's the second rapper this week, and I don't know. It's just weird to me, the dynamic between what we grew up on listening to, and even though it was violence in the music, and of course there was violence here and there, it's a whole different, thing going on right now versus what these rappers are doing and what they're talking about, and then what they're living.
So this is the thing about it, man. First and foremost, you're right. You're right to a degree. When we were coming up, like you said, you have your Jay-Z's, you have your Nas's. Obviously we had Biggie and Tupac, and we saw how that went about. But there's been violence and aggression in rap music. You know what I'm saying? Right. In our culture, fuck music in our culture. It's aggression in our culture. So I'll say today, in the era of social media, you know how I feel about social media. So in the era of social media, these young guys, it's all about the clout. You know what I'm saying? It's all about they don't really necessarily believe in it's enough for everybody. They believe, hey, in order for me to be the best, you have to be the worst. I have to expose you on the bullshit that you're doing or whatever the fuck you got going on you being soft, or you not being built like what you say you are in your songs. It's all about exposure, man. And that's what, RIP to King Von, RIP to Pop Smoke, RIP to Mo, RIP to Neighborhood Nip, my guy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about clout. It's clout chasing. And Nip is a different story. But when it comes down to these young boys that died over this past week, that's all it's about. It's about clout. I will say, and I talked to you about it, Reg. When I sent it to you, you asked me about King Von last week. You did. Right. Remember, you asked me about King Von. The first thing I said to you was he popped a lot before he died. I said that boy running.
It was last week.
A whole lot.
It was
before he died.
A whole week before.
He died. Yeah. And you didn't know about this, Chelsea, but he asked me about it, and I said, listen, I see who he is. He run with Dirk or whatever, Lil Durk or whatever, and but one thing about it is that man is very, very disrespectful. And at the end of the day, you know, that's what the young people want to hear. The young people want to hear you stepping on the next man. Oh, the next man, oh, blah, 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 blah. MC Cool Jets or whatever the fuck, you a pussy, I slap you in your mouth. If I see you, I gun butt you, I pistol whip you, all this shit, I fucked your girl, all this crap. That's what they're on. So when it comes down to it, you get that shit retweeted, or you get it on a video on Instagram, and now you got 45,000 likes, and you got people coming to your shows. They're feeding off this shit. They're feeding off of someone else's demise, and they lack talent. So that's what they go to. At the end of the day, half of these dudes, they get $15,000, $20,000 a show, and they sound like designer. When we were coming up, it was about the skill. You had to have, if you was the top, when we came up, the top rappers, they were top rappers because they had skill.
Right.
Biggie was a top rapper because he had skill. Pop was a top rapper because he had skill. Nas, Jay-Z, AZ, the list goes on and on. Because they had skill. You could rap. It is what it is now. It's just about shaming the next man, dog. And that's what happened with King Von. That's what happened with Pop Smoke. You know, Pop Smoke, a motherfucker ran up on Pop Smoke because his location ended up.
The address was on
a receipt.
Yeah, on an IG live thing.
Yeah, like motherfuckers sitting on a receipt. You know, it's like shit like that, man. Bottom line is these kids. I don't know. And maybe I will say my age, or I'll display my age. When these kids, they get in these video games and they shoot, pop, kill, and all this shit. And they think when it comes down to it, like that's the way to be. Like you got to be the roughest, toughest. No, you don't have to be the roughest, toughest, because at the end of the day, you look at the people that's making the most money in rap right now. Guess what? If you compare them to a quote unquote street nigga, they soft as baby shit. Think about it. Your Kanye's.
They got multiple endeavors. They got multiple endeavors. They so far removed. Sectors.
They so far removed from that. Even I'll take it even close. Even when it comes down, we're talking about drill music. Drill music, that's Chicago drill music.
Right.
No, he didn't create it, but the guy who put that shit on the map is Chief Keef. Chief Keef be out the fucking way. He's a young boy.
Right.
He be out the fucking way. You don't see him talk about, you don't hear him talk about, I'm a goddamn curious nigga. He came in like that. He did. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, the man understands, shit. If I ain't careful, let me go ahead and make this money and take care of my goddamn kids. Because if I keep on goddamn talking about these boys like how I've been talking about them, somebody gonna blow my damn head off. Because now these young boys ain't no code. They don't give a shit. Now ain't no young boy finna let you talk shit to them, dog.
So you a badge of honor, basically.
Yeah.
I'm your man. I'm your man. You gonna take care of my family if I hit him.
Bruh. These young boys are they not going, dog. They going for broke. They will knock your head smooth off. And it ain't about being no bitch, because it ain't no bitch in my blood. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, when it comes down to social media shit, prime example, me and you, me and Chelsea, up and coming rappers, right? Mm-hmm. We up and coming rappers, right? Chelsea doing her thing up there in DC and New Jersey and New York and shit. Boom, 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 boom. That girl Chelsea, she crack. Right? I'm down south though. She popping so hard, and I might spit a line with shit, man. If I got a chance to see Chelsea in that thong, I'ma eat a booty, some shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. Hear me out, Chelsea. Hear me out. Just trying to give you an example in a minute. So at the end of the day, now Chelsea, I don't listen. It came all across goddamn social media, right? Chelsea and her crew, the niggas that she ride with, niggas and women, now they gonna feel like, well, shit, man, fuck that nigga Dre. Man, that nigga Dre, you know what I'm saying? That nigga Dre, what? That nigga Dre ain't smelled that booty. That nigga Dre ain't, man, what? Oh, lame ass, clown ass nigga, he could never hit my girl, my partner. Now my people, they see it, Hey, Dre, look at this, man. Look at what's on IG. I'm looking at it. Now, I got one or two options. I can apologize and I seem like a simp, or I can keep that persona and understand if I go back at her, it might be 5, 10, 20 more thousand more likes. It might be 1,000, 2,000 more people at my shows. The number just went up on the back end of what I'm about to make. Okay, fuck it, man. I been hit that bitch. That bitch ain't shit. That's how it happens. You see it all over. Even with Kodak Black, he said something about Young and May or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? He said something about Young and May. He said something about Laura London. You know what I'm saying? It's dumb shit, but it's all for clout. That's the point I'm making. It's all for clout. And the thing about it is, you got some real niggas out here, but majority of these niggas are internet gangsters. And somebody can come see about you, dog. They gonna come see about if you really about that shit that you be talking about at this point.
But so it seemed like a lot of these young boys, they might be internet gangsters, but they really popping them things too. Or somebody that's right next to them is doing that for the money. Which
everybody got shooters.
So a lot of them putting themselves in that position.
You got shooters.
So when I looked at Mo, they was posting videos of him making fun of what's the other dude name in Dallas? I don't know none of these niggas' name. Trap Boy Freddy.
Trap Boy Freddy, yeah.
Trap Boy Freddy. He was making fun of him when he got shot in Dallas 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And somebody else that got shot that they all used to be tight, hang out with, and now he got shot yesterday on the freeway. Trap Boy Freddy just happened to be on the same freeway and went on IG Live like, oh, it's backed up. What the fuck y'all got going on? Blah, 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 blah. So the coincidences are, I mean, this nigga laughing at you because you got shot last week. Y'all got beef. Now he gets shot, and I don't know. I mean, it's just weird as fuck.
How many times do you think that Trap Boy Freddy has been on an interstate and it's been backed up?
Right. Exactly. I mean, the coincidence is there. Like, it don't make sense.
No,
like,
it's not fucking there, Reggie. That's not there.
No, I'm saying as far as in,
it's not there. That's what you saying it's there. I'm saying it's not there. I'm saying it's all about trends.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when you trending and you want to trend, the trends and all that shit, the algorithms and all that shit, it correlates to money again. And I'm not saying that you are oblivious to what's going on, because I know you know we done talk about it. I'm just saying at the end of the day, these young boys are going out here, they're doing this, they're saying this, they're saying whatever they think is going to get them attention, because the attention equals dollar signs when they go into these clubs. Or you got our rappers down here, we're in the midst of a pandemic. So a lot of the rappers that are down here, guess what? They running the chitlin circuit.
Well, so and I think the shit is calculated at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even with what's my guy who did King Von have beef with?
And listen, I forgot the young boy name. I forgot his name, man.
The dude that shot him is cool with who?
First of all,
was it NBA Young Boy?
NBA Young Boy. NBA Young Boy, yeah.
So it was somebody else.
No, I know you talking about.
They had a show. They had a show that was supposed to be this weekend, right?
And Dirk bought all the damn.
Bought 300 tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's calculated. So he bought 300 tickets. We already know what's about to happen. Old boy step on the stage. But anyway, I don't know. I just look at it. So as us growing up, how many besides Big and Pac, how many other rappers did we lose to violence like that? We can probably count on.
You said besides Big and Pac.
Well, let's include them.
You said include them?
Yeah, let's include them.
Man, no, I mean honestly, we talk about over 20, 30 some odd years. So it's been a number. I think the number has definitely escalated with
a lot. I think
yeah.
we can count the last 3-4 years, probably more than what, because off the top of my head, I can say Big, Pac, Big L. If you want to say Jam Master Jay.
Nip.
Chinks. But Nip is right now. Nip is right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's 5 right there.
Dog. The bottom line
what you think, Chelsea? Can you name anybody?
I have no thoughts.
No, I'm saying, can you name anybody else outside of that? And doing our.
Unfortunately,
I don't know.
Dog.
Big Pac, Chinks, Jam Master Jay, Freaky Ty. We can throw Freaky Ty in there.
Yeah.
That's 6. We done lost 6. We done lost 6 in the last 2 years, as far as in this. But I don't know. It's just interesting to me that just that dynamic in general of how that cycle just keeps going, and then even our OGs like T.I. Don't make it any better. And I'm curious. So I looked up kind of because I don't know T.I. background like that, and a lot of people don't talk about it like that.
I do.
They don't talk about him like they talk about the 21 Savages and Gucci's and everybody else. But I mean, I don't know.
So I ain't gonna put the man business out there on Front Street, because that's ultimately all anybody not named Jay-Z. Tip, that's my favorite rapper. So he's receiving backlash for the things he's saying about don't come to Atlanta to kill people, we are unified and all this stuff. Like, that's a crock of bullshit. I get where he was coming from to a certain degree, but at the same time, bro, you understand how the streets go. It ain't no shoot free zone. It ain't no, if I'm here, I'm at home base. No, if you in the streets, if you about that, you'll understand. If you live in that life, then guess what? At any given day, and that goes for anybody, not just the street. At any given day, if your number calls, shit, guess what? It's on. And that's just what it is. And that's, again, going back to what I said before, it's all about clout. And I really hope that these young boys understand that you ain't got to kill nobody. You ain't got to whoop on nobody's ass to be cracking. You don't have to. Yeah. All you got to do is perfect your craft. If you perfect your craft, you're good to go. You're going to make money. People are going to follow you.
Hey, it's enough on the table for everybody to eat, man. That's how I feel about it.
What makes what genre of music makes more money than hip hop? What genre of music has more influence than hip hop? I'll wait.
Can't answer. We can't.
Because there is no answer.
Because every other genre is pulling hip hop in.
Come on.
Even when you look at your commercials these days, it has rap beats, it has scratching in it, it's people rapping to jingles. I mean, it's.
Hey, listen. And I'm gonna leave it at this. This is how. Listen, my son watches a show on Netflix called Little Baby Bump. Little Baby Bump. Yeah. They sing bingo, bingo, right?
I know.
Yeah. They got kids on the TV. They break dancing.
Yeah.
Singing bingo. I'm talking about what?
Listen, when you talk about
the wheels on the bus go round and round, they got snares and 808s on the wheels on the bus go round and round. Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen, everything that Luna watches has scratching, beatboxing, rapping, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We run this shit, man. But we can run it without hurting each other. You don't see Tim McGraw trying to waiting outside on Garth Brooks with a fucking Draco.
So basically, is in a nutshell, is clout, is social media. I can't I got to outshine the next man. Even I mean, and his women, because they said the King Von thing was over Queen or what's her name, Asian doll, Asian kitty, whatever.
Asian doll,
I mean,
Asian doll.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but I don't. I just think so. As men, that's something that I guess you can say that's the downfall: money and women, and attention or popularity.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a damn. This is I'm unapologetic in what the fuck I'm about to say.
Let us have it.
This is another, and I've said it. I was told by my pa many years ago, and my family many years ago, in so many words. They say the saying is, "It's a man's world," right? Ain't that what they say? It's a man's world, right?
That's what James Brown said.
You know what James Brown said, it, right? At the end of the day, pussy makes the world go round. I don't give a damn how you slice it, how you cut the cake, how you sip the tea. I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, what beautiful women all across the planet have in their pants makes the world go round. And I mean no disrespect, Chelsea.
No,
I really don't. But so many times, so many issues have come about off the expense of a man pride being hurt off of what?
I understand it. I get you. And that is interesting that you say that because that's a topic that I have, far as in us men and women, but that's for another.
Nigga ain't about to let you. Hey,
for another
nigga ain't about to let you eat off this honey bun, dog.
Nah.
Nigga ain't about to let you do that, man.
To jump off that, so there's this documentary on Netflix called Trial 4 that I watched, and it was, and actually I binge watched it yesterday. I watched all 8 episodes yesterday. Very interesting. It's about basically it's about Sean Ellis, and I'm not really going to talk about it. There's only like one specific thing I want to talk about, and it has something to do with forgiveness. And it was just, I don't know, it made me think about like my level of forgiveness or how much forgiveness I have in me. So going into this story, they basically flipped his uncle on him and had his uncle testify against him, saying that his nephew told him that basically he was with the guy that committed the crime, that shot the police officer, and they hid the guns in a field next to the house. This story never happened, but his uncle committed armed robbery. I want to say 5-10 years earlier. Had just got out on jail. Well, just got out from jail, well, prison, probably about a year or so, and he was on parole. So they basically told his uncle, "Hey, if you don't say this in court, then we're going to say you violated your parole. You're going to go back in jail." So his uncle told that story basically. Yeah, my nephew, he didn't shoot the guy, but he hid the gun. He was there. The guy gave him the guns. He hid the guns in the field next to, our house or whatever else. They also flipped his current girlfriend that he's with now. And the story that they gave her was basically she told them that he hid the guns in her house for a time. And basically, if she didn't tell that story, they were going to take her child from her. But this is a story that we hear, just like the Central Park Five. There was one of the guys was not even there in Central Park at the time that anything happened, but they told they basically made one of the guys feel like, hey, if you don't tell this story or do this or do that, we're going to lock you up.
Right.
So the guy, Sean Ellis, he is actually with this woman that basically said he gave her the guns. He hid the guns in her house. They're together now as a couple. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I could never forgive this woman for telling that story. I understand they're gonna take your child away from you, but me, I'm fighting for my life. I think you can do the same thing because basically you gave me your ass kiss. You said, you know what? He gonna have to fend for himself. I'm about to tell this lie so I can get away from all this bullshit and live my life while this nigga go to jail or he fight for himself. So do y'all think y'all can forgive someone that basically does that to y'all? Whether it's the uncle, family member, or the love of your life, quote unquote.
Go ahead.
What you say, Chill?
Both of y'all said go ahead.
You said go ahead.
Ain't no way in fuck, man. Ain't no way in fuck, man. I think when it boils down to it, family over everything, dog. And if you're a family, I ain't talking about blood. I'm saying family over everything. And if you are my old lady or my girlfriend, my wife, whatever, for you to put my freedom at stake at the expense of whatever it is you got going on, I understand you're a mother. You think kids first, but not at the expense, not the tab of me, potentially spending the rest of my life in prison. Ain't no forgiveness for that. Mm-hmm. I can respect you for what you say. I can respect. I ain't respect you. I can to a certain degree as a mother, I can understand that. Since we're talking about this, I can from her standpoint.
Right.
But on my side of the fence, dog, you did. I can't fuck with you.
Okay.
I can't. You did. So because I'm not gonna do that to you. I ain't gonna do it. At the end of the day, listen, I'm not gonna do that to nobody that I fuck with, rock out with, none of that shit. I'm just not. I'm just not. But I'm gonna try my best not to have put it. Shit happens, but I'm gonna try my very best not to put myself in that type of predicament where I have to switch up or squill or turn on somebody that I love, man.
All right. So it's hard for us to put ourselves in those shoes in a predicament. So I guess we can kind of talk about this Central Park Five, kind of how they all got roped into it. Because they basically all kind of like brought each other in on it, snitched on each other.
They were young boys though,
right?
Bro.
They young boys, and he was young. Everybody in this Sean Ellis thing, they were all teenagers, and we understand how the police use certain tactics or do whatever else to get these coerced confessions or statements or whatever else. So, and it's hard because we're talking about early 90s to us as adults in the 2020 for what we know. But can you see yourself being in that situation to where you like, okay, I'm in a jam, I'm in trouble, I don't know what the fuck going on. Let me just say, hey, I was there, I did this. Chelsea was there with me.
Nah, bro.
I mean, it's easy for me to say it right now because I'm not in that situation. I'm gonna say no.
Can you forgive Dre for saying that? For telling me?
No.
Dog, ain't no way, dog. At the end of the day,
like Dre said, you gotta do what you gotta do, but also I don't have to forgive you because you lied. I understand you everybody at the end of the day, everybody's gonna look out for self, right? For the most part. Like you can say you as real as you want to be, but there have been times when the realest niggas had their backs up against the wall, and we already know how that goes.
Not this one, not this guy.
But
child of Black Caesar.
I don't think I just cannot. I cannot exist knowing that I lied on my man's and he's sitting in prison.
Right.
And I'm just out here living like nothing, and he's sitting there because I or no, I can't, especially some shit he did not do.
Right.
No. That's not how that works. However, if Dre did some shit like that to me and I'm sitting for a minute, I'm not forgiving you.
You should. I ain't forgiving no motherfucker that lie on me.
Right. So so I've talked to a couple, women, and I don't know, it's just weird, like how some people think whether their background or where they grew up, and some will be like, well, she did what she had to do. He should understand because she has a child, blah, 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 whatever else. I don't, it's just like I cannot wrap my mind around telling somebody, look, I did it. Even though I didn't do it, but I'm trying not to. They tell me, hey, if you go ahead and admit it, we'll let you go home.
Okay. Hey, listen, it's more niggas. You said women. It's more niggas out here slipping than it is women now.
No, yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm talking about the
absolutely.
The nigga that you think is your man, honey, ran. Guess what?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I would go as far as saying 90% of them. Man, them niggas is gonna tell, dog.
So here's the crazy thing. Actually one of the main guys that testified against him was his homeboy. They called him in for questioning and fingerprinted him, and then planted his fingerprints on the door jamb of the car. So now they planted fingerprints, so it looks like you're there. Okay, God, we got you. You going down. Your fingerprints are there. Well, you know what? Well, I didn't. Dre was there with me because I dropped him off. He got the blah blah blah. He did this. He did that. Okay. Now, old boy's in trouble. Well, you know what? Now they got Chelsea.
Yeah.
She's in it. Well, he hid the guns at my house. Chelsea ain't never seen no guns. Chelsea didn't know what the guns look like. But she thinks they're about to take her son from her. So they tell her what the guns look like. And now she's testifying. You're on trial and you're looking at Chelsea testifying against you. Like, what the fuck is going on? The man is testifying against you. Nigga, we went to the grocery store, we picked up XYZ, and we rolled the fuck home. Like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, your uncle, I didn't even talk to you about no guns, put them in no field. Like, what are you talking about?
Dog, listen, bro, we talking about some shit that's going on, dog. Man, listen, a nigga tell on you. What you about to say? That's what I'm gonna say. And I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. Nigga would tell on you. What you about to say, Chelsea?
I wasn't about to say shit.
Nigga would tell on you, dog. At the end of the day, you got it's some niggas in your camp. It's some niggas, it's some family members, some blood, it's some people that you done came up with. At the end of the day, that if the shit hits the fan, they are going to tell. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I'm on the other side of the fence. I also know that I've been blessed to be around some stand-up gentlemen that haven't always done the right things, but yet they still kept the code. We still kept the code. And there's certain things that has happened that's gonna go to the grave with us. That's the type of people that you want to be around. Again, I'm blessed to say that for the most part, as far as I know, for the most part, or I've seen where it's been put to the test where the guys I've been around had the option to say this or say that to get themselves out of trouble, and they stood up. A nigga telling you, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, you never know till the shit hit the fan. But I think y'all should watch it. Trial 4. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I think probably episode 4, 5, probably 6. They always have them episodes in the middle to where it feel like it's a filler. They just trying to make it to 8, and they just throw a bunch of stuff in there. Kind of got dry, kind of lost me, but it's interesting to watch. I mean, just to see, and I was gonna say, interesting to watch just to, get the feel of, exactly what's going, but we know what's going on as far as when it comes to police and black people. Even this shit, like, we in general don't trust police. And it just makes me, feel even more strongly on that stance. But I don't even know why I watch it, because it affects me a certain way, makes me feel a certain way, and just puts me in a certain mode. But I think it is good to watch. But I
feel you. They won't get no endorsement from me. However, I'll tell you like this. me being from me, you know, obviously I'm a southern guy. My mom is from Brooklyn, and my dad is from Boston.
Mhm.
Oddly enough, but and I done been to Boston. I done been up there. Man, listen, the motherfuckers ain't playing fair. You think it's tough down here?
Yeah. Oh,
Take your ass to Boston.
Boston is serious.
Take your ass to Boston. You gonna see how it really is.
Absolutely.
But I ain't finna talk y'all head off, man. That shit is.
You know,
That's the right one.
I guess we can go ahead and get into our
Clown ass motherfucker.
weekly episode relationship talk.
Where we at? We doing this shit.
106.
That's it. Fuck, it feels like
Well, I started a little
8
late.
hours. Okay.
I started a little later. But
Chelsea tired.
I'm tired as fuck. And
Chelsea,
when I come here, I got more homework.
I'm tired.
Yeah. We about to get out of here. We about to get out of here. This for Aunt Nate.
Okay.
This for Aunt Nate because she actually asked us how long after a breakup or a marriage, you know, should you wait to actually start dating or begin a new relationship.
My dog Renee.
Hey, this yours. Do I need
so how long is it? So the question was, how long is the period you should wait before a breakup or divorce?
Yeah. Basically, yeah, any kind of relationship. Let's just say that.
Any type of relationship.
How long should you wait after that before you start dating again?
I don't think it's a time. I don't think it's a time. You can put a time limit or a time frame on it. Everybody is different, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's it then it matters if it's a bad break. So many different variables. If it's a bad breakup,
okay,
you got to give yourself time to heal. So, well, ideally, you should give yourself time to heal so that you don't hurt the next person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not a believer in order to get over someone, you got to get under somebody else. I'm not an advocate for that.
No.
Because it's never going to work. All you're going to do is end up hurting yourself in the process of trying to do that.
More importantly, hurting somebody else.
Huh?
No, I said more importantly, hurting somebody else.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's got to be internal. You got to be honest. It's about being honest with yourself. That's what it boils down to. It's about being honest with yourself and knowing that if you are ready to give someone, if you're just dating, and I know we can go down a rabbit hole with the dating versus talking. Excuse me. But if you're ready to get back out there and get on the scene, you got to be honest with yourself and understand that, hey, am I truly over this person? Am I truly over this person? If you're not, then back the fuck up, get yourself together, put your energy and your time into yourself, and the rest will follow. In my opinion, it's easier said than done. A lot of us don't do it. We've all been in situations, I'm sure, where we thought we were over something or a situation, or we felt like, hey, we were going to go rock out and ride out and go see this woman or see this man or entertain this woman, entertain this man. It didn't work out in our favor because we were still hurt, or we were still punctured from the wound of being left behind or whatever. Right. Whatever. It's a breakup period. So I don't think it's a specific time on moving on. It's at the discretion of said person, man.
Right.
In my opinion.
I agree with you. When this question brings particular I guess to mind, I had a family member that passed away, and his wife, I guess probably it wasn't a year. It was probably maybe let's just say 6 months for the hell of it. 6 months she had went out on a date with another guy. the family was ready to cancel her. Oh, she shouldn't be out with this. She shouldn't be doing this. Such and such bang ain't been in the ground a year yet. Blah 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 whatever else. But I mean, for me, I didn't see it that way. Everybody grieves different. We don't know if she's just going out to talk to somebody for companionship, somebody to listen to her, somebody to, just show her attention or whatever else. We don't know. Like, she might not even be sleeping with this man. But you know what I'm saying? The family, well, not the family, but a lot of people in the family saw it a whole completely different way. Ready to call her every name that's not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And basically, she should not be dating or she shouldn't be doing this. And I'm like, well, why not? Even I understand cousin is dead, but she's not. There's nothing in this world, period, that says she should not be seeing anybody else. She should not date. She should not even remarry. Where is that at? And why is everybody else having a problem with that? It's not you. So I don't necessarily think there's a time period. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Nah, hell no. Hell no.
So when we talk about that's the actual thing that actually comes to mind when I think about that, because family was ready to be like, nah, no, like she a hoe, she this, she. I'm like, wow, like damn, all of a sudden, like.
Man, everybody has a period. Everybody's transition period is different, man. You know what I mean? Everybody is different. So you can't judge nobody off of what they got going on. I have family members that's done lost their significant other, you know what I'm saying, and jumped off the porch 90 days later, 3 years later, 7 years later, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's no way to gauge how a time limit, man. And then we can go down the rabbit hole as far as the difference between men and women and all that shit, but it ain't necessary, I don't think.
And so, and the rule of thumb is like when people say that, oh, they must have been fucking with them already because it's so soon, so early. No, I mean,
Chelsea, you can speak from again. You've been through breakups. So what I just said or what we're saying is different from men and women. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's about how invested you are in the person. So you can't really gauge how long it's gonna take to get over the last motherfucker to get with the next motherfucker.
Yeah. So in that, I think, well, first things first, there is no time limit. It is very because so a lot of times it's you start dating after a breakup. A lot of times that's usually a rebound. That's usually kind of you still grieving the loss of that last relationship
and filling a void, right?
To find some sort of comfort, whatever that looks like. Some people look for it sooner than others, and that's perfectly fine. I think what's important is if you're coming off of a breakup and you do start talking to someone, be very clear in your intentions. Just letting them know, like, hey, I'm just coming off of something. I'm not looking for anything serious, because it goes into hurting people, right? Because they don't know that you fresh off, you fresh out. You did a 3-year bid with somebody and you fresh out, and they think there's the possibility that this can go further, when in my mind, like, I'm just trying to fill that void until I really process my feelings for this person, or until I'm really ready to be over this person. And then a lot of times it's like, yo, when you're in relationships, the day you break up ain't really when you break up. It typically leads up to it. You've been over it for a while. Most partners don't just sit down and say, I'm tired of you, you're tired of me, let's break up. We typically sit in it. We typically try to find reasons to say. We typically, we sit in it for a little bit. to the point where we resent each other, to the point we don't want to be bothered with each other. So by the time we do officially break up, nigga, I've been not like you 6 months ago. So yeah, for three weeks from now, I'm gonna hop out there because I'm 6 months in. Like I'm 6 months into not caring about you anyway, although we're still technically together. So it what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm done.
You're speaking on a woman's behalf, right?
I'm speaking on everybody's behalf.
Well, no, because I kind of understand what you're saying, but I think like for women, you start losing that before, like once a man realizes that woman has already been feeling that way for a time now, and the man is just like 6 months later, he's like, oh well, I need to fix this, like it just happened yesterday, but it's been shit going on for 3, 4, 5 months to make you feel that way. Till now, you're like, you know what, nigga, I lost my feelings. Blah 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 blah. I've been here for a while, but I just
Well,
been.
yeah, but this can also, I wasn't speaking specifically to women. It could apply to men. Obviously, I'm a woman, so I'm speaking from what
Sure.
But I think for men, we're kind of still in the relationship until that day. Like it ain't like, I think everything is just so sporadic for us. Like is when we break up is right then and there. Like I don't never remember a time to where I've been just in a relationship to where it's been like, I'm sticking around. I think, I hear that more from women to where like, it's progressively like, you hurt me now. It took a little bit away. I'm still here with you. I love you. Something happened 2 months later, blah, 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 blah. And I think that's the best thing about women in general, because they, I don't, but.
Okay, well, I was just speaking from whatever, but either, I mean, again, long story short, there is no time period. You do what you want to do when you want to do it. When you feel it's right, I guess whatever it is you do, just be very intentional and being very truthful to whomever you're dealing with to ensure that they're not hurt. If you're on one page and they're on another page, let that be known. I mean, it's all about communication and being honest. And that's that.
Thanks.
That's that on that.
I do. I try to stay out of people relationships until they like bring you in and you talk about it. Like that's just the odd thing in general.
Yeah, well, I think, that being my people, I think she was reaching out and and in my family alone, like it's been so many breakups and so many mishaps and stuff like that. I know where she was coming from. I personally know why she asked that question.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, no, not just her in general. Just I mean, for all purposes, because even if like someone was asking me, hey, what's going on, blah blah, then I would say something. But I'm just not going to interject my, thoughts or opinions on someone else's relationship, because I think your relationship is different from Chelsea's and mine or whoever else's. So you're gonna do what is best for your relationship, and she's gonna do what's best for hers and me as well. Even for like my cousin, like, okay, her husband passed away. We don't know why she's on a date. You know what I'm saying? She might just need someone to talk to on an intimate level. It might not be sex involved. She might just want somebody to listen to what she has to say, or, someone that makes her feel, different. There's no sex involved. We don't know that. Like, so why are there people in the family making her feel like she's wrong or she's disrespecting such and such because he passed away, or whatever else? Like, it's just
people have to get back to their normal lives.
mm-hmm.
To think that's because your spouse died that you essentially died to. No, you have to live for yourself or you're going to be miserable forever.
Am I supposed to be alone for the rest of my life? Death happens, and it's a sad thing, right?
Like if you truly cared about this person, you would want them to find love and to feel the same love that they felt, if not more, than with your relative or whomever passed away. What? if you really, really cared about this person, why would you not want to see them happy? You want them to sit and wallow and be upset because your cousin died and it's 12 years later and they haven't gone on a date. They haven't done. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, yeah, you should want to see everybody happy and for them to be happy in general. I mean,
listen, as long as I don't give a shit what you do. If you're happy and you're not harming anybody in the process,
right.
More power to you.
Mm-hmm.
More power to you. And everything is consensual. I'd say have at it. That's on y'all.
100. Well, gentlemen, gentlewomen, I think we have closed out another episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry.
Damn, y'all.
I'm ready to sleep.
I don't know. This week is interesting because we, as you know, Dre, had 2 days off in the middle of the week, and that's just, I don't know, that shit kind of threw me off. Like, I don't know what, like, I've never had a Wednesday and a Thursday off, like, ever in my life. I don't know. Like, this is basically the only job I've had, and just having 2 days off in the middle of the week and then going back to work on a Friday for not even 2 or 3 hours, and then just having a weekend is crazy. I don't know. Like, this whole adjustment is weird, but
Can't relate.
whatever. Like Monday through Friday. That's those are my days. Like having a Thursday and a Wednesday and a Thursday is just like complete. I don't know. It's just odd as fuck. Like really, but we gonna make it. Like Jada said.
Well, I'll say my piece on my exit. Shout out to everybody in North Carolina. I love you so much. Shout out to my people in Charlotte and Concord. Special shout out to my cousin Xavier. His birthday today, turned the big 25, and you know, man, I love you so much, dog. And I'm here with you, dog. I got you forever. I know what you got going on, you know, and we gonna make it. We gonna be all right, man.
Happy birthday, cousin.
Hey.
I don't have nothing to say. I just want to congratulate all of us that actually were on the other opposite side of the MAGA side. You know, hopefully we can get some of the things achieved that we're looking for. And once again, everybody, your vote matters.
Clearly,
your vote matters. If it's not clear, as Chelsea said, if it wasn't before, it should be now, because hey, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. And regardless of what side you're on, you need to. Period. Point blank.
Yep. Shout out to all the HBCUs who are going to see an increase in their applications this season, as well as enrollment because of Kamala. Shout out to Howard specifically, because HU. And yeah,
shout out to the biggest HBCU in the country.
We're not. I don't even have the energy to even do this with you, but we won't.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in, watching us. This is another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. We are unapologetic and unfiltered like a mother. Till next week, we are out. We love y'all.
Like, comment, and share, man.
Absolutely. Like, comment, and share. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Deuce.
Thanks for listening to Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.